Hello YouTube friends. Today's topic is inspired by Graham, who asked me about my attempts to start an amphipod culture. I like to keep live foods in my seahorse tank. Here we see a seahorse hunting for some of the live foods, and I'm referring to a creature that looks sort of like a flattened sideways shrimp. They are called amphipods, and young seahorses do enjoy them and grow into adults who eat them. So I set up a 20-gallon long tank, very simple setup with some filter pad media and some spongy, scrubby things just to give them hiding places and areas to cling onto and reproduce. And it was a very simple setup. And even though the amphipods, they look like they were growing, reproducing, it was just really slow. And I tried to keep the water stable for them by doing small water changes, and it just got to be a lot of work. And with the anticipation of seahorse babies coming, I just didn't want to invest the time in keeping up amphipods. So I did take down the tank and just let them grow in the main seahorse tank here. You can see there's some microalgae growing, and the amphipods are living in there. So I do have microalgae along with macroalgae. But I also noticed that a lot of amphipods would accumulate in the sump. This is a converted trickle filter, and this is the bottom part, and you can see amphipods living in some of the media that I have down below. So on the times that I do clean out the sump at the bottom, I'll retrieve some amphipods from those spongy things, but also because it's an old trickle filter, I have a filter pad on top, and you can see that amphipods gather on top there. And I will just take them out of there and put them right back into the tank because they are reproducing and surviving, and I really don't have to do anything special beyond just collecting them and putting them back in the tank. And you can see there are amphipods growing, and the seahorses know to hunt for them in that microalgae there. It's very little care for me. They're reproducing at their own rate. I don't have to do anything special, and the seahorses are still getting their special food that has a very good nutritional profile for their health. So maybe I got too complicated. Maybe I should have just put them in a bucket and see what would have happened. But that's where I am right now. This is what's working with my lifestyle. Thanks so much for the inspiration, Graham. I hope others of you enjoyed this and benefited from it as well. I hope to see you next time. Take care.